Hi there, Loy Machedo. Speaking to you from loymachedo.com. Who's Loy Machedo? Think personal branding. Okay, this is going to be a rather strange story that I'm going to share with you, and my client has actually given me the permission to share the story. Okay, now this is going to be one of the weirdest stories that I've ever come across. Okay, so anyway, but I've changed a few uh, details because obviously respect for privacy. Okay. Now, if you know that, I'm a personal branding coach and I specialize in personal branding, but my coaching doesn't only focus on, say, career or just the personal brand. It kind of involves every area of your life, relationships because they affect you, choices that you make, your appearance, your food, your lifestyle. So many things come in the preview of a personal brand. Okay. So one of the very important areas of personal branding is your relationship, who you're with, who you associate, your friends, your love life, marriage. If you are in a marriage, whether this is helping you or whether it's actually destroying you. And there have been many times where someone who has taken my personal branding coaching, they've actually ended up breaking off their marriage or, uh, you know, putting an ultimatum or changing their partners or going single or it's very surprising because remember this much, the most important person in your life apart from you is the person who you're with 24/7. And there are many people who really don't want you to change, don't want you to grow, they just want you to be who you are, like at that level, for various reasons. They enjoy either you being average, even people who have done surgery for bariatric surgery for losing weight. Once the partner starts losing weight, they get very angry, irritated. Oh, you think you're better than me, or why are you acting so pricey? Why don't you eat? And so they want them to continue with the same old lifestyle. So this also happens. Now, with regards to this guy, he is a young man. He's a young man, say in his 30s. And he was at the point of his career which was not very good in the sense that he was not earning big money and he wanted to move to be a manager. So he took my mentoring for this. Fine, I told him. So obviously, because he has paid me for personal branding, not just for resume rebrand, I focused on every area of his life: mother, father, friends, relationship, love life, his current company that he's working for, his what he does after working hours, his schedule, his routines, everything. We focused on everything. But then it finally came down to a, a area of his life which I felt was a problem, and that was his parents wanted him to get married. And maybe if you're not an Indian or Pakistani or Asian, you'll find this very funny. But in Asian families, especially Indian, the parents take a very active role in being involved in marriage, and they want you to get married early because they have this thing, oh, I can see my grandchildren and have a family. They have that romantic tendencies of family. Okay. But in today's day and age, it is not as easy as it used to be because even girls are equally ambitious. They also want to work and earn. So when both the partners are working and earning and there's egos and things can get complicated. So the parents used to always pressurize him for marriage. And I told him, see, listen, boss, if your career is not on track, you don't have money, you don't have savings, don't get into marriage, you know. But he would constantly see. End of the day, I can't force him. I can only suggest. I'm not his mom and dad, so I can only give him good advice. I told him, say, if you get married, you'll make a mistake. Don't do that. It'll affect your growth because now you have a new person. You're not stable yourself. You don't have money, and then you have to manage someone else. I told him at least get the fundamentals sorted out, proper career, or at least a little bit of savings. Okay, that's what I could tell him. But then again, he decided no, I had to get married. Now, just so that you know, he is from the southern part of India. Is Goan. Parents always wanted him to get married, and finally, one fine day, and this he didn't tell me. Huh? Now, this part of the story he didn't tell me. One fine day, he just calls me up and says, "Hi, Mr. Lawyer, I would like to book a session with you." Because we had finished most of the work, whatever, with personal brand. And he had contacted me after nearly a year or so. I said, yeah, these are my charges. My charges are standard. He paid immediately. I said, okay, fine. How can I help you? So he told, sir, you remember you told me about my career, this, that. I had to go through the emails and correspondence, and finally, yeah, now I remember. Yeah, tell me what happened. So he said, you remember I was telling you my parents wanted me to get married? I said, yeah, they were forcing whatever. He's saying, finally, my parents found one girl from Mumbai, Bombay. Okay. I said, okay. So where were you? He said, I was in Dubai. They found this girl from Mumbai. I said, okay. And saying, we decided to get married. I said, your parents found a girl for you in Mumbai. You're in Dubai and you've decided to get married? He said, yeah, I decided. How can you get married without even meeting the girl, man? You have to at least meet the girl and spend time for a couple of months and years. No, but my parents, all that bullshit, parents pressure. Okay, I was like, okay, fine. So then what happened? Because anyway, the story is over. So he said, yeah, so finally I flew down. See the excitement, girl, no? Oh, can marry. He flew down to his place in Goa. She flew down from Mumbai to Goa. And there they were very happy to spend time in the house. But it very soon became evident they were not a good match. Why? Because they were arguing, they were fighting, they had romantic moments, but they also had a lot of disagreements. And where the family didn't like, even that he was able to tolerate, which is a massive red flag. You should not. She started bossing him. She wanted him to consider him as a priority and not the parents. And she started like taking charge of everything. And now the family didn't like it. Just imagine the family wanted him to get married to her without even, they didn't spend time with her. So after he came down to Dubai, once again, now she was chewing his brains, which is another red flag. Demanding attention, demanding he speak to her, demanding time. And it seems that they had got engaged that time. And she was acting like as if he's his wife. Finally, he couldn't take it anymore. And he said, we'll cancel the engagement. Fine. She said, I'll return the ring. He also returned the ring. Fine. Done deal. Everything over. But like they say, good habits die hard. Bad habits die hard. This girl, again, maybe she got bored. She tried someone else, didn't work out. So again, Dubai, Dubai boy, stable career. She contacted him and obviously, he couldn't control his emotions, feelings, whatever, lust, whatever. He got in touch with her, and this time he didn't inform the parents. He secretly went to meet her, spend time with her in Mumbai, which is another red flag, both for him and her. And everything was, hunky-dory, romantic at first. And then before you know it, secretly, this idiot, this guy, my client, takes her for a secret holiday to Goa. Now you will say, boy, how dare you call your client an idiot? Listen, I'll tell you. He takes her for a holiday to Goa, and then they start having fights. See, when you spend time with a person, you'll come to know everything. And they have such a big fight that she walks out of the house, of the hotel or whatever. And he's busy trying to search her, he can't find her. Okay, now this is where it gets dangerous. And very soon, the family was aware that he came to meet her family, not his family. They realized there's no call one day. They're calling her, no response, no call, nothing. Phone is, nobody's answering. And lo and behold, they thought maybe he did something to her. And then one day she's not there, second day not there, third day not there. And now he has to anyway fly back to Dubai after some time, right? And so the parents filed a police case that he killed her. See the fun. And lo and behold, this guy, instead of flying to Dubai, which he had to, he couldn't find her anywhere. He got arrested instead of being able to travel, and he got put in jail. And now the police thinks he has murdered her. They need to find that girl. Until they find the body, they're not going to let him go. He doesn't know where she is. The parents have said he has killed her. And now his parents are like, what the hell is happening? That guy was in jail for many couple of days. And I'll tell you, being in jail is not a fun affair. It's not like Europe where you get nice food and this. And He was without food for, I think, 2 or 3 days. No food, no shower, no toilet, it's public, open. And he was miserable. And, he doesn't know how long he's going to be there. He can be there 3 days, 1 week, 1 month. Finally, thankfully, they found that girl. They found, I don't know how, she called or whatever. And they realized, okay, nothing has happened. Okay, he's alive. They withdrew their case. Boy can go. Thankfully, the girl didn't make more drama. They had a fight. And she's gone. He, as soon as he got out, got good shouting from the parents and saved his job. He didn't lose his job. Came back to Dubai. It took him quite some time to get over the shock. And then when he spoke to me, I told him, boss, you're so bloody lucky that, number one, nothing happened to her. That's the first thing. If she had killed herself or something, you're finished. That's number one. Number two, if she was vindictive and she said you raped her or did something to her falsely, and there's no way you can prove, there also you're destroyed. Your career, the newspapers will zoom down on you and publicly shame you, even with no evidence. In India, sometimes it is you're guilty unless you can prove you're innocent. That's how bad it is. It's not innocent until proven guilty. It is you're guilty until proven innocent. And then number three is, if the parents didn't put some mirch masala and say that you ruined her name and made some big, ala gula for you, maybe you would never be able to come back. And most important of all, if you were kept in jail for more time, you would lose your job, and to get a new job would be even more tough for you. I'll tell you, that guy just got lucky, and it's only because he suffered so immensely did he realize. And now I asked him a simple question. So, if your parents force you, oh, sir, I'm going to just follow your advice, just block their number. My parents block them and don't want to listen to anything. Because end of the day, after listening to all the parents, I got into all trouble. But then I told him, it's not just your parents, it's you. Nobody put a gun to your head. Nobody forced you. You're the one who chose to do all this. Take personal responsibility. Anyway, lucky for him that nothing bad happened. I know so many other cases where the girls have put false claims on the guy out of revenge, out of being emotionally hurt, or their egos got hurt, and it can go anywhere. So, lucky for him, nothing bad happened and he's okay. He's learned his lesson, but then again, I still strongly believe he will still make another mistake because he's still immature in more ways than one. But what can you do other than hope that he doesn't make a dumb mistake? And I told him, anytime you're not sure, you call me. The only thing I'll do is, yes, charge you money, but at least save you from disaster, which would cost you much more than what you can afford to pay. Anyway, this was his story. Luckily, nothing bad happened, but you can see how dangerously close he came. And that also with a girl and with emotional decisions, and most important, listening to parents and other people forcing you to get married. Anyway, this is what I wanted to share through story, good, bad, ugly. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Love to read what you have to say. This is me signing off. Take care.